Hey, truck drivers, are you overweight, diabetic, high blood pressure? Then I might have some good news for you. You don't have to be on medicine necessarily. We'll talk about that. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. I think I do have some good news. But before I tell you what I have to say about the good news is I want to tell you, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not certified. All I know about nutrition, and that's the way to fix all those things I talked about, is your nutrition. All I know about nutrition is the research that I've done and the experience I've had doing it for myself. I was overweight more than I thought I would be. I thought I needed to lose 10 or 15 pounds. And I ran across this diet that they call it a diet. It's a lifestyle that really works. But before I get into that, I want to say that everything we've known about what's supposedly good for us, I think has been a lie for decades. The food pyramid, I think it's a lie. And I won't go into all the details on why and how it got started. And there's a specific doctor that got it all going and lied on his reports. But how many of you bought into the low fat fad? It was a fad. It was not true science. Your body can use two things for energy. It can use carbs, carbohydrates, which comes in breads, pastas, vegetables, sugars, fruits, a lot of fruits. We'll use that for energy. And then it can use good dietary fats, good fats. Now, the body wants to use fats because when you use carbs, it burns it up real fast, like kindling, real fast. Then you got to have more right away. So you're always hungry. So you're always eating. And so when you combine all those carbs, which give you an insulin response, and you're eating fats too, your insulin response that your body reacts to the carbs with tells the body to store fat. That's how you get fat. That's how you get high blood pressure. That's how you get diabetic. I've heard diabetic doctors tell my friend he needed 50 carbs a meal. Not a day, a meal. That's crazy. Now, when you switch over to burning fat, you got to go really low carb. So it's a high fat, low carb diet. You use moderate amount of protein. Atkins was sort of like this. And what I'm talking about is ketogenic diet. Now, most people will use the ketogenic diet as a therapeutic diet and then go to something like paleo, which is a little higher carbs. And then some people just do better just on straight keto. I do. When I go higher carbs, I gain the weight, my blood pressure comes up a little bit. I do great on keto and I love it. Not that I don't cheat every once in a while, but I don't go off the wagon and crash that wagon into the ditch. I have a cheat meal or a cheat day on vacation, Christmas, Thanksgiving, then get right back into it and I'm good to go. Get back into ketosis and I'm good to go. So what you want to do is you want to get your body fat adapted by eating good, healthy fats and really low carbs. Now, if you're diabetic and you got high blood pressure, you really need to go super low carb at first. I mean, less than 20 grams of net carbs. And I can get into in later videos about specific foods. I'm just going to talk today about the basics of a ketogenic diet to get started as a therapeutic diet. And I know it's hard as truck drivers because you're on the road. If you're over the road common carrier and you're gone for weeks at a time, you got to do some planning. You got to cook on the truck or cook ahead. You can pressure can meat, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated after that. You can ferment vegetables for really good probiotics. There's all sorts of things you can do. There's websites. There's a guy on satellite radio on Road Dog named Kevin Rutherford on Wednesdays. He has a Destination Health show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central. And then they repeat it again at 10 p.m. in the evening. There's lots of resources that you can look for. But what you want to do, you want to have your macros, your macronutrients, your fats, your protein, and your carbs basically at a certain level. And just basically you want to have your fats about 75% of whatever calories you eat. You want your protein about 20% and your carbs 5% or lower. Now, people talk about calories in, burning calories out. It doesn't matter. If you eat 1,000 calories of pancakes, that's going to give you such a big insulin spike that you're going to store so much fat, it's crazy. If you eat 1,000 calories of meat, you're not going to get that insulin spike. It's not going to tell your body to store the fat. So calories is not what you're counting. You're counting your macros. Now, there's all sorts of apps that you can get to help you with that. I use Carb Manager. There's a free version. I get it on my phone. It takes a minute to set it up. But once you do, you input foods, you can scan foods. It gives you breakdown on all your macronutrients, and you can keep track that way. And some people say you should keep track of total carbs. Some people say net carbs, but net carbs is just total carbs minus the fiber and any sugar alcohols you might have. Sugar carbs. Sugar alcohols. But the fiber does not cause an insulin response. So all you really need to meet, as far as I'm concerned, to count is net carbs. So find that app, do some research. I'm telling you, I know people who have cured their diabetes. I've lost 30 pounds. I thought I needed to lose about 10. I lost 30 pounds. I got off my blood pressure medicine. My cholesterol is stabilizing. Some people stabilize quick, some people don't. And that's a whole other story about how we count cholesterol and what the doctors say and the science is and total, and it's a mess. But I'm off my cholesterol medicines, off my blood pressure medicine. I'm healthier altogether, and I'm getting old. I'm an old man, and I'm healthier now. I'm leaner now. I have my 17-year-old hates it because I have better abs than he does. So I'm not showing you my abs. But anyway, look into this. Don't take my word for it. Do the research. There's going to be people that are haters. They're going to say you can't maintain it. Well, I've maintained it almost over 2 years, and it's really easy to maintain because there's lots of good food you can eat. I mean, there's some you can't. But once you start feeling better and you're off these medicines, you're not going to want to eat that crap that you were eating before. I don't. I mean, I'll have a McDonald's burger every once in a while. It tastes great, but I'm kind of miserable for a few hours afterwards, and I get off of that and get back on into the program, and I feel great. Anyway, do that. Let me know what you think. Please, no hateful comments. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't take the time. It takes a little effort, but your health is worth it. If you don't have your health, you can have that heart attack out there on the road somewhere. What are you going to do then? Even if you survive it, you're going to be off the road for a long time. Or it could, if you have a stroke, it could put you completely off the road. So you want to protect your livelihood. You want to get healthier. You want to have a more enjoyable life with your family. This is a way to go. You can fix this stuff with nutrition. But don't take my word for it. Do the research. So thanks for listening. This is good news for everybody that even if they're not a truck driver, you want to get healthy. This is good news. So let me know what you think, and we'll see you later.